But I do believe that now you've got to almost stick to what it is that you're doing in the hope that as you persevere and as you progress, this other ingredient called time starts working for you. I was just thinking that this Visualize with Vik should talk a little bit about hope. Hope is something that's very interesting for me because at the present moment, as we continue to build what we're trying to build, particularly with Valuate, and now with Elevate, we have a very strong imagination around what it is that we can achieve, what it is that we're trying to do. I think we have a very strong grounding on our why as to why we're doing this. But as the storms of difficulties arise, whether they be based on what it is that we're doing or whether they be based on international events such as the war in Ukraine and its ricochet impact or ripple impact on so many different other facets that actually affect us, because an example of that would be working with international clients who have had to review a lot of what it is that they're doing because of the war in Ukraine and the impact that those international clients are having with regards to withdrawing from Ukraine, from Russia rather, and with regards to the sales and revenue objectives that are not being met anymore. So in one form or another, the world globally, being so connected, is impacted. And some of the ideas that you have that are in your control, that you can actually create the outputs of, have also an indirect implication to external factors that are not in your control. And that can therefore dash hope. Hope, which is that quintessential element of you being able to have that sense of expectation and that sense of desire. It is important for us in this time and in this process to continue forward with perseverance. If there's anything that I'm learning right now at this tender age of mine, of 54, having been around, I think, quite a bit and seen different decades, if there's anything that I'm learning is that the need to persevere now is greater than it was before. And what do I mean by that? Well, that twilight of hope that you have in front of you needs to remain. So you can never let that light extinguish. You can never let that bulb go out. You need to keep that in front of you. And as you progress, and the sense that you get that as you're moving forward to the light is moving further away from you, the sense of continuing to move forward is essential. There have been times historically, and I mean even for me, where I've taken a left turn, where I've gone, okay, you know what, not quite making it there, let me go left or let me go right. And sometimes that takes you to a whole new trajectory or a whole new destination, which is not always wrong. But I do believe that now you've got to almost stick to what it is that you're doing in the hope that as you persevere and as you progress, this other ingredient called time starts working for you. Time is very important. I am obsessed with Netflix, and there are so many statistics that I look around at Netflix, because the reason why Netflix is so successful, I think, is because of time. I think when we think of Netflix, we think about them really in the course of the last, say, 5, maybe slightly more years. DSTV's been the dominant streaming or channel or satellite that we've been watching. But Netflix has come and started taking over the world. And I just got the sense that Netflix has been around maybe the last 10 years or so, but they haven't. They've actually been around since 1997. They've been around a long time. And it's this time factor that's enabled them to be able to explode into what they are today. Remember, before we used to go to the cinema. Cinema was a standard place you went to watch movies. You never watched movies anywhere else. And then the phones came, but they were just phones. And then smartphones came, and included into smartphones was this ability to have from going from E to 3G to 4G, now to 5G, where we can now download movies, videos, and all sorts of things. So those time factors have come in to add to that ingredient that's enabled something like a Netflix to explode, whereby now we can watch movies on our iPads, on our, tablets, on our laptops, on our whatever it is. So time is an ingredient that I think perseverance goes with now, because you've got to give time to work itself. All the different facets of life have to work itself in order for you to continue towards that light, to continue towards that hope. So it's a short one today with Visualize with Vik, in this construct around hope, in this construct around making sure that you're embedded very truly in your why and just persevering, just keep going. There may be things that you may need to do to complement or supplement what it is that you're doing, right? That's okay. But what I'm alluding to is your vision and purpose and your objectives for what it is that you want to try and achieve. Keep going with those. Don't let those change. Don't get up tomorrow morning and decide that you're not going to do or be what it is that you said you wanted to do or be. You may need to find other things that come along to support that, but continue to believe in that thing that you want to do and in that thing that you want to be. Continue to strive for that hope of the thing that you want to become, the thing you want to create, or the thing you want to be part of. Keep moving forward. It's essential. It's every day. It's a step. And then there's a breakthrough. I'm reminded of the analogy of the chick that's in the egg that's pecking away continuously, right? And it doesn't look like the egg's going to break so the chick can break free, but it just continues to peck. It stops, it rests, it takes time out, it wanders, but it never stops pecking. And then one day there's that click, and the world that it was not familiar with in that little egg is exposed to it. And it's so much bigger, so much brighter, and so much more greater. And that's what I think the combination of hope and time does for everybody. And that an engine of perseverance, of resilience, of continuing is very important. So wishing you that strength, wishing you the continuation of that. I ask you to please subscribe and to click on the notification button so that you're informed every time we upload a new Visualize with Vik. And until we speak again, persevere, keep going, remember your hope, and remember your why.